Quite honestly, I'm having a difficult time gathering my thoughts together because I've had a rather frustrating day. Happens from time to time. You see, it's difficult at times to stay positive in a real and authentic way and focus on what can be done, what could be done, right? When mainly what's happening in the country is more madness. But I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. This is the third attempt to try to actually do a video that doesn't rip a new one and those that have run my country into the ground. So I will try to refrain from going there. I try to think back when I'm frustrated when I was a kid, and I didn't have frustrations. And I wasn't encumbered by those frustrations and the realities of the world. And I just dreamed. I worked on things and I came up with ideas. I studied things and I thought about what the future could be. Now, I'm still a lot like that. I haven't lost my childlikeness. It's still there. But the adult part of me has to fist fight every day to allow it to exist here because of the culture that you've created. And because of the insanity that you force on everybody here. I'm trying not to go there, I promise. So when I get into these places, I go back and I try to mine the things of the past that inspired me and got me thinking creatively. And then I look at what's going on and innovations and cool stuff that people are doing around the world. And I look at how they're doing it and look at what will fit into ecosystems here and into America Next. And I do that because it focuses me on something positive, something that's moving forward and could be actionable, right? But I must admit, some days it's really difficult. Because mostly what I live on are just a few droplets of encouragement. Mostly what I get, at least from my professional network at times, is everything that's wrong and how it can't be fixed. And that I think too big. Well, you know what? God doesn't make mistakes. People do. And people have made mistakes about me my entire life. They've tried to put me in a little box of their own making, projecting their own box that they live for. And I just keep on breaking boxes. And I keep on refusing to get in theirs with them. And at 52, I haven't let go of the things that I think can be. Albeit some days it's harder than others to hold on to it, and I question why it's there. But your world has taught me a lot here in America, both good and bad. And sometimes you have to lose what you had to actually appreciate what you had so you can regain it in a more real, authentic, and noble way. And maybe that's what you're going through. Maybe that's what you have to go through to let go. You see, one way or another, the things that I see happening for good will happen. They always do. The question is whether it's going to happen here with you. Are you going to be a part of that story and allow me to be a part of yours? Or are some of you going to hold on to your pride, your arrogance, your incompetence, your ignorance, right? Your fear, your confusion, whatever it is that is holding you in chains and making you an obstacle to your own best interests and what you can be and what others can be. So you might slow me down and people like me for a little bit, but you'll never ever beat us. You can't take away what you can't get to. You can't take away what has an eternal spark in it. But you can sure take it away from yourself. You see, I believe that we were made for so much more, individually and collectively. I believe there's a reason for everything. And I believe that the way this country is right now will change one way or another. It may look drastically different, but become drastically better. And I say drastically better as a contradiction of terms because some of you have had it pretty good the way it's been. And you can either play a role in what it's going to become, or you can write yourself out of that story. Notice I said you can write yourself out of that story. It means that you have a choice. But it's in the times that it's darkest. It's in the times when it's the most challenging. It's in the times when people don't believe anything can change. Huge changes come. And they come in ways that you least expect. Through people you least expect. You see, that's how God writes stories. He doesn't write things that are uninteresting, that are not creative. His stories come alive. His stories always inspire and build up in the end. I want to see us write a better story, write better chapters for this country than what we're doing. We're going to do it one way or another. The question will be for you, what role are you going to play in it? And what role are you playing right now in the one that's being written, that's writing a very bad story? You see, there is a greater reality than what a lot of you comprehend or see. And you're not going to find it in conspiracy theories on either side. You're not going to find the real story until you actually care about real truth. And that begins within you. Because until you're willing to see the story that you've been writing and how it's not a good one, and allow the truth to help you write a brand new story for your life, you won't see the bigger story that you're already in and playing a very bad role in. But I believe that most of you are going to make the right choice. I think most of you already have. The question is, when are you going to actually start believing it yourself? When are you going to let go of the fear, the confusion, right? All the things that hold you back, and start being childlike again? Not childish, childlike. You see, childlike grows and matures. You never lose your childlikeness, even when you grow up and mature. Childishness never does. Childishness executes childlikeness within themselves, because childishness is a counterfeit. It's a story of fiction. It's a counterfeit of the real. And it never writes good stories. I think we can write a lot better stories, don't you? I think that there are a lot of people around the world that would like to see us do so. I also think there are a lot of people that don't want to see us do so. And not all of them are overseas or in another country. Many of them are right here. And many of them, right, are on a fast track to writing themselves out of this national story and the bigger story that never ends. Now, how do you like that? You ready? You're ready for America next. You're ready to dream bigger. You're ready for something real and authentic. Are you done with the counterfeits? Are you ready to be inspired again? Are you? Because surely this is not the way you want things to end, is it? So think about that. Think about, as it is for people, so too it is for the nation.